Brighton versus Tottenham. This wasn't just any match, it was a real battle for every point on the pitch. Tottenham, with their sights set on the top, faced a resilient Brighton side. This game had it all: fantastic goals, a strong comeback, and drama until the very last moment. Tottenham came into the match with 3 changes. Udogie made his first start of the season, and Palhinha came into the midfield in place of Sarr. Meanwhile, Simons was on the bench, giving Odobert a rare start. As for Brighton, the manager was forced to make 4 changes due to injuries. Kadioglu started in defense, with Beleba and Ayari coming into midfield. Gruda also started up front, with Rutter expected to move into the striker position. Tottenham started strong, but Brighton was more effective. Fantastic goal gave Brighton the lead. Brighton wasn't done. Ayari unleashed a rocket shot from outside the box that left the goalkeeper with no chance. A beautiful goal, even though it might have been disappointing for Vicario. Brighton led with a clean 2-goal advantage. But Tottenham didn't give up. Just before the halftime whistle, Richarlison finally managed to get the ball past Verbruggen and into the net, reducing the deficit and giving the Spurs hope. In the second half, Tottenham kept the pressure on, and from a dangerous cross by the outstanding Kudus, the ball was deflected by defender Van Heck into his own net. A goal that tasted like victory for Tottenham. After the equalizer, Brighton looked more likely to find a winner, but they failed to create any clear-cut chances. The game was fairly balanced in performance, which is reflected in the numbers, as the expected goals, XG, were very close between the two teams. Brighton had a slight edge in XG, with 1.28 compared to Tottenham's 1.22. Minte's goal had a very high XG of 0.74. Tottenham stays second place in the league table, while Brighton remained in 13th place after squandering a 2-goal lead. A valuable point for Tottenham and a lost one for Brighton. A match that showed offensive power from both sides and was a lesson in not giving up until the final whistle. What did you think of Tottenham's performance in this match? Do you think they can stay in the title race? Share your opinion in the comments. This wasn't just another football match. It was a true battlefield on the pitch, filled with everything fans of the beautiful game could dream of. Manchester United and Chelsea stepped onto the field with different ambitions, but what unfolded over 90 minutes was a masterclass in drama and pure chaos. Manchester United made 2 changes from the team that lost 3-0 in the Manchester Derby 7 days ago. Maguire was drafted into the defense for Yokoro, while it was Casemiro and not Ugarte who partnered Fernandes in midfield, with the captain making his 200th Premier League appearance. And Chelsea made 4 changes from the side that drew 2-2 with Brentford last time out. James and Cucurella were Maresca's preferred fullbacks, replacing Hato and Tosin, which pushed Fofana into a central role. Gittins dropped to the bench for Estevao on the wing, and Palmer got back into the lineup ahead of the uninvolved Facundo Buonanotte. A breathless contest that saw both teams reduced to 10 men by the halftime whistle came to an end, with Manchester United holding on for a 2-1 win against Chelsea at Old Trafford. The match was conditioned just 5 minutes in when Sanchez was given the earliest red card in Premier League history for a miscalculated tackle on Mbeumo, who was in a goal-scoring position. It took just 7 more minutes for Fernandes to find the breakthrough, and Casemiro would double the lead 8 minutes from the interval with a close-range header. The 2-goal advantage would last until the break, but the Brazil international would not, as he was also sent off late in added time for a second bookable offence on Santos. The evening of the numbers gave Maresca's side a chance to get back into the game, and they improved significantly in the second half, but left it too little too late. Chalobah halved the deficit with 10 minutes to go, courtesy of a powerful header from a James assist, but the visitors were unable to find the second goal necessary to maintain their unbeaten start. Scoring twice with an XG of 1.74, the win puts Manchester United up in 9th place ahead of a meeting with Brentford in 7 days, while Chelsea overperformed their expected goals, scoring with just one effort on target and an XG of 0.39. They stay 6th and take on Brighton and Hove Albion on Saturday, following a trip to Lincoln in the EFL Cup on Tuesday. What did you think of Bruno's milestone, Casemiro's mixed night, and Chelsea's unlucky streak at Old Trafford? This wasn't just any match, it was the Merseyside Derby, a clash between champions Liverpool and a struggling Everton side. The match promised excitement, but did it deliver on the hype? Manager Slot made just one change to his Liverpool lineup. Bradley came in at right back, and Szoboszlai moved forward. On the bench, the hosts had over £400 million worth of talent. For Everton, boss Moyes also made a single change, with Mykolenko replacing Irobunam. All eyes, as always, were on Everton's star man Grealish, who had already racked up 4 assists in 4 games. The first half was surprisingly subdued. Liverpool tried to impose their rhythm, but Everton held firm. Then came a magical moment from Gravenberch, a wonderful goal that broke the deadlock and gave Liverpool the lead. It wasn't long before he created another chance, setting up Ekitike, who doubled Liverpool's lead before the break. In the second half, Liverpool took their foot off the gas, and Everton seized the opportunity. The team became much more daring in their attacks, and their pressure paid off with a fantastic goal from Guy that cut the deficit. Everton tried with all their might, but the goal came a little too late. Despite the difference in performance during the second half, Liverpool managed to hold on to their lead and won the match 2-1. This victory marks a perfect record of 5 wins in 5 matches and confirms their dominance in the Merseyside Derby. In the end, it was a match where pragmatism won over pure excitement. Liverpool secured the points and continued their campaign to defend the title, while Everton left with their heads held high but without any points. That's all from Anfield today. Do you think Liverpool can keep their winning streak going? Let us know in the comment. A tactical battle that doesn't accept a tie at the Emirates. Arsenal hosts Manchester City, a clash between a student and his master. A game between 2 teams fighting to close the gap on the league leader. This time, it was more than just a game. It was a struggle for every point, a battle to stay in the title race, and a moment of madness in the final minute. The Arsenal came into the match with 2 changes from their last game. Trossard started on the left wing in place of Eze, and Saliba returned to the heart of the defense. The good news was on the bench, with Saka returning from injury. Meanwhile, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City entered with an unchanged lineup for the 3rd consecutive game, with Stones returning to the bench. Haaland led the attack, and Guardiola celebrated his 100th appearance for the club in the heart of defense. The match started fast and furious, and in just the 9th minute, Manchester City struck. A lightning-fast counterattack reached the goal machine, Erling Haaland, who scored expertly to give City the lead, 1-0 to the visitors. After the goal, Manchester City sat back to defend. The team put on a strong defensive display, successfully thwarting all of Arsenal's attempts. Arsenal tried and pressed with all their might, but City's defense was as solid as a wall, determined to hold on to their lead until the end. An unusual performance from a Guardiola team who recorded their lowest ever possession percentage under the Spanish manager. But Arsenal's will didn't break. In the 3rd minute of stoppage time, substitute Gabriel Martinelli received a magical pass from Eze and expertly chipped the ball over goalkeeper Donnarumma and into the empty net. The crucial equalizer. The Emirates Stadium erupted in madness. 1-1. A draw that neither team would have wanted. Arsenal and City continue to lose ground to the flawless Premier League leaders Liverpool, who are now 5 points clear at the conclusion of Matchday 5. But the most important point goes to coach Mikel Arteta, who became the first manager to avoid defeat in 5 consecutive league games against Pep Guardiola, a performance that confirms Arsenal has become a true contender. Manchester City has won just 7 points from their opening 5 Premier League matches, their worst start to a league campaign since 2006-2007. Arsenal is undefeated against City in their last 5 league meetings. A deserved point for Arsenal and a lost point for City. The derby is over, but the league race is far from finished. If you liked our analysis, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything new. And now, tell us in the comments, who do you think deserved to win?